All right, Brock, talk about being at home this weekend. Came off a 4-game split on the road. Good effort. You scored some runs in a couple games there, and you gave up a few and had some good pitching in a few. And how do you assess Sioux Falls coming to town this weekend?
Oh, it's Upper Iowa coming to town. Looking forward to being at home. You know, we've had a long go of it on the road between Arizona for 10 days and Wayne after we're back for 1 day, and then we're down at Southwest, and it's kind of nice to be at home for a change and making Upper Iowa taking that trip. So we're looking forward to the game. I think we've been improving, starting to see the team that we're capable of becoming. So we're excited to get on Corbett Field and see what we got out there.
How about the pitching performance last week? The pitchers that you threw, do you like what you saw out of all of them?
Yeah, I thought the last couple of weekends our pitchers have been throwing well, especially last weekend. If you just look at the box score, it's not going to tell the whole story. I think perfect example is Austin Bernston comes out, strikes out 10 guys on a typical day. He might give up 1 run, maybe. But when you have a 50-mile-an-hour wind blowing straight out to center field, doesn't matter who you're throwing. Outs turn into doubles and base hits and home runs, and so I thought all 4 of our starting pitchers threw very, very well. They did a good job for us and kind of controlled the tempo and the momentum, and so I like where we're at with those guys. I think we're coming in strong the weekend with them throwing well.
And Coach, what's up and down lately? What have you liked? What have you wanted to see improved moving forward?
Well, I think before this last weekend, defense was kind of our big thing we were looking at improving. We played a lot better defensively this past weekend. If we can just continue to keep getting better, keep believing in ourselves and playing as a team, that's where we need to be. We come out some games we hit really well, other games we haven't, but that's the nature of the sport. You're not going to come out and throw up 10 runs every game. But if we can continue to do what we're doing, keep seeing those strides, we're going to get exactly to where we want to be.
What about you guys? What do you think? What are you doing well lately, or what do you want to see improve just heading forward?
I think this weekend especially, we took some really big strides in just confidence and attitudes. We had a good turnaround, and we're headed in the direction we want to be in, especially in that 4th game down in Southwest. It was a completely different feel from the dugout, and we're heading in the right direction.
And then how did it feel to get those home runs?
I'd say it was the most comfortable I've been in the box in my 4 years here, and I think a large part of that is because you had 20-plus guys in the dugout with you on every pitch. Like I said, we took some good strides just with our energy and with our attitudes, and it's nice when you have everybody, celebrating winning each pitch with you.
So just happened to pay dividends for you that time.
Yeah. I mean, we had a good offensive performance all the way around, but yeah.
Yeah, kind of going off of that, I thought it was huge having that, having a whole team behind you. It led to a lot better at-bats. Especially, I felt, like Mike said, I felt a lot more comfortable being in the plate, knowing that I had every guy on the dugout, pulling for me, and it just gave you that little extra confidence stepping in the box, and I think it added more pressure for them, and it kind of, just gave you a little boost out there. So, if we can continue to have really good at-bats and have that same confident approach, we'll see some big strides.
Except for in the 3-0 game. Then you have the 14-18. That's kind of a weird split to have.
What's Coach touched on it there, guys. What's it like for you to be able to get back home now and be playing in Minot and get some of the fans, some of the home crowd out there, cheer you guys on?
It is. I love playing on Corbett. We're so lucky to have the atmosphere that Corbett brings, kind of that old school ballpark feel. Just every time showing up to the ballpark, you have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder walking in there, because it's like, playing at Corbett finally. We've battled through all the tough weather. It's super exciting to get to play at home.
Being from Minot, I think it's special each time you get to step on Corbett Field. I know I appreciate it. And life on the road gets tough. Long bus rides when we're getting in at 4 or 5 in the morning and then have to go to class right away that day. It'll be nice to sleep in our own beds and have our home crowd and have a good atmosphere.
And then what are you guys thinking about Upper Iowa compared to what teams that you've seen in the past?
A little bit different team from last weekend. I think Southwest is one of the top offensive teams in the conference. I think they lead the conference with 23 home runs. Upper Iowa doesn't quite have that pop in their lineup. They've got capable hitters. They've got several guys that can hit for average. Just not a lot of guys with a lot of pop, and that tells me if our pitchers come out, we do our job, get ahead of hitters. It's tough to string 3 or 4 hits together to score runs. So if our pitchers come out with confidence, get ahead, attack their hitters, I think we're fine there. Just kind of continue where we've been leaving off from the last couple of weekends. Offensively, nothing changes. I think their pitching staff is decent, somewhat comparable to Southwest, but they got a lot of new faces. It's a little bit different because we got snowed out with them last year, so we haven't seen them in 2 years, and they've got a lot of new guys since then. So we maybe don't have as much scouting as we usually have, but it just comes down to we got to come out and play the game. It doesn't matter who we play, we got to show up and do what we do. And if we got the guys like Keith and Micah were saying, we get the guys that continue to buy in, be behind each other, be supporting each other. I think that's the key to the weekend. We come to that weekend, I think in our mind, obviously, the old coaching cliche, we're going to take it one game at a time, but we're looking for a big weekend. We're looking to make a statement and try and win 3 or 4 games here at Minot this weekend.
Is there a home field advantage in the conference? Some of these teams have to travel to get here. Of course, you have to travel to get there. Are these the games that you try to get when you can get them at home on the field?
Absolutely. It's the longest trip in the conference. You're looking at a 13, 14-hour drive by bus, and it's kind of weird because you get used to being on the road. So for us to wake up out of our own beds and come down to Corbett Friday morning is going to be different. It's almost going to be a little bit, a little bit new. You may feel like the road team for a second there, but you just get so used to that trip and that on-the-road lifestyle. But it's going to be nice. Let's let them make that 13-hour drive, come play us, and we can get a good home-cooked meal, sleep in your beds at home and be relaxed and have that environment, have your buddies out there cheering for you, and have that hometown crowd. I think we're absolutely looking forward to that and starting off the home season with a bang.